I want to return again to human rights cases. So I mentioned briefly in the last video that in a case involving a human rights claim, the general principle for lost income is something called the make whole concept. And again, that's a distinguishing feature from a wrongful dismissal claim. It's fundamentally different. I also mentioned briefly that in some cases in human rights where reinstatement is not awarded, or even sometimes where it's not set, the tribunal may order a claim for lost future income. Now, not every case will allow that. It is I wouldn't say unusual, but these awards have been made. For example, in British Columbia, in a case known as Francis, there was an award made of $500,000 for future lost income. That includes a pension loss of about $65,000. In another case known as Turner, there is a prospective loss set at 5 years. It was prospective in that it depended what happened to the individual, but nonetheless, the framework was there for a further 5 years of future loss. Another case involving City of Calgary, which was a sexual harassment case, there was a 9-year future loss allowed of $512,000. And what often happens in the future loss claims is that the tribunal will discount the award to take into account contingent risks that the individual may recover from it. If they're suffering from a medical disability, they may recover or may find other employment, but there's generally a contingent discount. But these awards are huge, and this is in addition again to a past income loss up until the date of the hearing. This is completely foreign to wrongful dismissal claims, and it's a remarkable distinction. And you don't have to be medically impaired. Some of those cases involve medical impairments, that is, the individual just can't work due to some adverse treatment of the employer. That was the case in the Francis decision, but that's not a prerequisite. So it's not a mandatory issue that you show medical inability to work. So these claims are huge, and it's important to understand the distinction between the remedy allowed for lost income, future lost income in human rights as opposed to a wrongful dismissal. So if you're considering a claim and you're about to sign a release or discuss something, definitely get legal advice, understand your rights and what may follow in terms of a possible claim. There's another aspect to a future lost income claim that I'll discuss later, that the future loss is generally considered non-taxable income, whereas the past loss will be considered taxable income. So these are important distinctions to be aware of. Again, get legal advice, know what you're doing before you make a decision as to which path you want to follow.